All right, I am trying out some new streaming software today, so I have no idea if anyone is watching. It looks like no. And since there is a 0 eyes, I'm going to take a moment and open the window. Ouch. Yes. Okay, here we go. I think this software was lying to me. I think you were here all along. I'm not alone in the world. Hello, friends. Wait, is that copyrighted? That's used by another Lolita YouTuber. I can't say that. Hello, Fellow-litas. Yes, I have a whole bunch of boxes today. Yes, and I am wearing Wandering Spirit and this new blouse that I got. And yeah, I'm seeing 6 people in the stream. That's really exciting for me, considering how late I put up the thumbnail and everything today. It's been kind of a weird month for me. March has, I guess it's a new month now, so hopefully it's a new start. But that's not really how things work in the world. Like, an arbitrary day doesn't pass and then everything is fine. So, anyway, hello. Trying to start anew, trying to get back on the live stream terrain. I don't think I'm going to make a habit of compiling boxes to try to intentionally unbox them on stream, but since I wasn't sure what else to do with this scheduled streaming time, and I started getting a whole bunch of boxes in the last 2 weeks, I was like, okay, I'm just going to wait and open them now. And also, I don't know if the folks that specifically requested it are here in the chat today, so I might save it for last. But when I did my Star-Crossed Lovelies, blah, 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 when I did my Star-Crossed Lovelies unboxing and review in that sponsored video, I mentioned the CC Cat Rainbow Dollhouse JSK in pink that I had. I still haven't worn it out. I've tried it on several times, and it's fun to just flounce around the house in. But a couple people specifically mentioned in the comments of that video that they would love to learn more about that dress because the XL size is very plus size friendly. But the brand's measurement range doesn't really list it as so. So it's more like word of mouth, getting people in the know about how it fits. So yeah, that's my niche on YouTube. So I feel like that is an appropriate thing to do. But I have to leave promptly in 2 hours ish, like at 1 p.m. because I got D&D today. So I'm going to unbox the things first and then go over the CC Cat Rainbow Dollhouse if there's time. And then if there's like extra time to kill, I do have a tarot deck here and I can do a reading for one of y'all or maybe a couple. Depends on really how much time we've got. All right. I hope you all can hear me okay. Again, I don't know how this setup is. I'm using a new live stream interface that is kind of third party to YouTube, and then it feeds directly into YouTube. So there's a delay in your comments. I am going to try to read them and answer any questions. If you can @Elivira me, I think it should still show me the like specifically signaled call out. Sorry about the buses. I don't have AC, so I got to open the window. This is a little too stuffy in here, not too. But yeah, so if you do have any specific questions about what I'm opening or whatever, please do at me, and I will try to get to it. But it does seem like the comments and the feed, the chat, I should say, is severely delayed using this new platform. But it's good because it lets me have like my little name plate thing and my land acknowledgement, which is cool. It's just something I've wanted to do for a while. And if I do get around to tarot, I have a whole second camera thing here. I can like pop in a picture-in-picture or a like split screen so that you get a view of the cards. So that's why I'm doing that. We'll see how it goes. If you have any feedback for me on the technical aspects of this, please do let me know because I am willing to invest a little bit more in this, I had to file my taxes, and I was like, what in the world is this weird holdings thing that sent me a form for my taxes? And I looked it up, and it was actually like Google's subsidiary company that they run all of their YouTube and AdSense stuff through. So yeah, I made $100 last year from ads monetization on my videos. So I figure as long as I'm making a little wee bit of money from YouTube and have to pay taxes on it, I might as well, you know, invest more in the system. So yeah, we're using StreamYard today, and it's free, but there might be an upgraded version that I can get rid of the little thing with. So maybe it's worth investing in, maybe not. Let's talk these boxes, right? So this is CC Cat Rainbow Dollhouse. I'm not sure I'm going to get to it. If there's enough interest, I will definitely try to do a video on it. But since the brand has shut down, and this is really largely available through like resellers and secondhand, I don't know if it's worth doing necessarily, but it is a really cool dress. I actually have it in a bunch of the different colors now. So yeah. But here is what I actually want to get to first. I've got a little package from Starcrossed Lovelies. This is stuff that I bought with my own money that I'm excited to show you. So this is not sponsored by them. This FedEx box here is from Me Likes Tea. I finally got a petticoat that will work with this longer skirt, hopefully. It's the Sarah petticoat, I believe. So that's why I'm wearing this today. That and the tarot stuff, it kind of, anyway. So that's a thing. I also got some accessories because the reason I finally like bit the bullet and bought this was that they were saying like if you buy a certain amount of ready to ship items, like if you buy 2 ready to ship items, you get a certain percentage off your order. And I don't remember what exactly the deal was, but I did the calculations and I was like, oh, so if I buy some hair bows, I basically get them for free and a slight discount on the petticoat I wanted. Yes, I will do that. So I finally bit the bullet and got this. So I'm really excited about that. And then I have 2 boxes from Meta. I don't remember which one is which. One of these is the Jacquard Yoke JSK, which I'm especially interested in because the colorway that I ended up ordering was never shown on any of the like stock photos or anything. They didn't have samples made of it. So this is the first dress I am buying like completely sight unseen from them. And then the other one is the Bouscouvet, the cutlery print one, which I have wanted a cutlery print forever because I am plus size. And so if people are going to make jokes about me eating a bunch, I want food and cutlery themed prints forever. And so this is my first actual cutlery print. So I'm very excited about that. So again, I don't know which one's which. And also the Jacquard Yoke, they sent me an email saying that there was a production error with it. Like the way that the buttons on the back were installed were incorrect. So they're giving me a 10% point bonus basically for buying this if I decide to correct the issue myself. So I was going to plan on making a video talking about how to move buttons, because if I gotta take the buttons off and reattach them anyway, I might as well talk about like the actual techniques I use to resew my buttons longer to lengthen my straps. So yes, indeed. Let me catch up on the chat and then I guess I'll just go from the top down here. How about that? Huge and heavy Sarah petticoat. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty heavy. So I'm guessing it's actually really poofy. I'm hoping it's not too poofy for this dress. This isn't the only dress that I bought it for, the Mystic Wandering Tarot, but I do hope that it's compatible because I specifically bought it with this dress in mind. But I have a lot of dresses now, like the Resplendent Galaxy Marie Antoinette dress, and a couple other like meta dresses, like the Ellie dress that I keep thinking I'm going to sell and then I don't. the last straw is, can I wear this with the proper petticoat? Like, will the proper petticoat push this into the I adore this territory for me? And this is the test, the final test. So that's exciting. Cow print Lolita, yes. Very, very Doja Cat, you know. I'm a cow. I don't say meow. I actually am making cow print gear for myself for that same reason. I haven't found cow print Lolita that will fit me with my size, actually, like my proportions too. They tend to be kind of short, but I'm on the lookout. Thank you for the compliments on the blouse. This is the Le Nuage blouse by L'Esprit de L'Objet. And to be honest, I'm kind of underwhelmed. I really like how it looks on me, but it took a really long time to get it to like sit on me, and I got it custom sized, but as far as I can tell, they didn't actually change anything but the shoulder width, because the shoulder width is really wide. So I don't know. Do I feel like this was worth the money? Maybe not. This is the second time I've had fit issues with custom size by this brand, so I think I'm kind of going to write them off. Unfortunately, they had good customer service, but it wasn't like great customer service. But anyway, I don't discourage other people from buying from them. I just think that like for my proportions, they don't really know what they're doing yet. So I'm going to put them on hold for now. But the blouse is great. This is the funeral color. And I specifically got this color to match this dress. And, you know, check box, mission accomplished. It does do what it's supposed to do, which is make me look really bicep-y. All right. Yeah, I'm looking at your the Yeehaw collection from the Lolita Collective. Yes. I got in on the April Fool's trends a little late. I don't know how many of y'all have actually watched my April Fool's video from yesterday. If I hadn't finished my lucha mask like earlier in the day on my break from work, I probably wouldn't have posted anything. But I love I have a pile of stuff just off camera, and apparently my phone decided to knock into it when I hit it with my hand. Whoops. Yeah, I love jokes and memes in Lolita. I think the Black Ribbon did like a Guy Fieri coordinate, which was amazing. I love the A Gato designs, Cowgirl Lita, and Cowgirl OG stuff. The whole thing has been delightful, and I hope to see more people doing like jokey joke Lolita stuff, because we need more memes in this community. And ding dong, the Behind the Bows forum is dead. So one of the few places where people claim to get their memes is no longer an option. I'm happy about that. Like, no shade to the moderation team for trying to keep it alive, but the cesspool. We're draining the Lolita swamp. All right. Don't get me started on that. Not going to show you my address. Here is a package from Star-Crossed Lovelies, and let's just appreciate the incredible gradient packaging real quick. I might reuse this. But yeah, so I bit the bullet. I ordered the Love Potion ring and necklace that I mentioned in my Star-Crossed Lovelies review video. And then I'm lucky / glad that I waited for a little while before placing the order because of my budgeting and stuff. I had to like kind of stagger my purchases. So first of all, the stuff that I wanted was still in stock. Hooray. But also they had just announced this heart-shaped lemon thing, and I pre-ordered the meta dress with the heart-shaped lemons and the teddy bears. So I'm already planning around that. So I'm very excited. So that's what's in here. Purple wrapping. Wow. Here is my receipt. I'm going to look at that off camera. Oh, yay! More stickers. Nope. I love that. I love that sticker. That's going somewhere. I haven't used all of the stickers they they gave me last time. So we'll see. Okay, so yep, that's what I ordered. All right. Okay, let's start with the love potion stuff. This is the ring. Well, apparently the @Elvira highlighting function is not working. But I did happen to see that. I do see the JSK OP and skirt. I'm not 100% sure which version I'm getting. I'm gravitating towards the skirt because the style of like the snaps down the front for the JSK and the OP, and also the cut of the way that the seams are on the front don't look like they're going to work really well for my proportions. That said, the skirt is probably coming home with me. I'm waiting to see what the other accessories are. And yeah, I need topiary cats in my wardrobe. It has to happen. It's happening. Here's the ring, Love Potion ring. Very excited. I didn't realize it was so translucent when I ordered it online, but that's cool. Just gonna show it to y'all there. Simple design, super duper cute, and it matches. I believe this is probably where the necklace is. I'm also already wearing one of their necklaces, so I'm not going to take it off, but yes, the Love Potion is too cute. I did end up settling for red. I shouldn't say for, settling on. I wanted all of the colors, but I could not budget it, so only red came home with me. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, which I'm not mad at. Look at that. Super cute. And yeah, it's like very slightly translucent. It's like a cloudy resin, I think. Very, very cute. I love the little heart-shaped metallic beads, and that's how it will look ish on me. Super excited for these. They are every bit as cute as I had hoped and expected them to be. Yes. Red Queen vibes. Yes. So I still have a Lolita axe that I'm trying to figure out a video for. I apologize, by the way, about the frequency and quality of my videos lately. Like, it has taken a lot of effort to do the videos that I've been doing. I'm really happy with like the Royal Crown Valerie video. But other than that, my recent videos have been kind of meh. But I've been working really hard at my day job and also at my training. So I am exhausted all the time, and I seldom have the energy to put on something fancy. So this is just where we are right now. Like, I'm not even wearing makeup. Yesterday, I put on 2 sets of lashes for that lucha video, and I just I could not be bothered today. So, so yeah, expect more live streams and hopefully some infrequent but higher quality videos. The next one I'm working on right now is about special sets and building a budget-friendly wardrobe. F you, bus. Yeah, building a budget-friendly wardrobe around a special set. So it's going to take a lot of outfit finagling. I'm not sure if I want to try to record all of it at once, but probably not. And yeah, I'm just going to have to try to fit in filming for that when I can. But yeah, it hasn't been great timing lately. So thank you for your patience and for telling me to prioritize my health. I will endeavor to. Look at this. Oh my gosh. This is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm speechless. So apparently yellow sold out pretty fast. I'm really glad that I decided to place my order for the love potions when I did, because I just so happened to see the lemon stuff like right before they had been announced, or just as they had been announced on a bunch of platforms or something. So I was able to get colorway I wanted, but the pink and the green are so cute too. I just don't have anything that will specifically match it. Holy crap, this is adorable. I already am a bit of a lemon collector, or I want to be. I had bought the Baby the Star Shine Bright lemon and cherry print a while back, and it did not fit me, which was heartbreaking. And I've been looking for more. There was like a heart E dress with lemon print that I bought that I outgrew, that I sold. But lemons are very special to me because my in-laws are the Lemon family. Like, that's their literal last name. So we're all about lemons. And yeah, I love lemon stuff. I actually just got another heart-shaped lemon thing I'm going to show you. I saw this on Lace Market. And this is the brand Les Fleurs. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. That's like impossible. And I had already put the order in for this Star-Crossed Lovelies one, but this is like by an indie designer in Japan. And it might be one of a kind or like very limited release based on her web shop. But the way she renders this heart-shaped lemon, I couldn't resist. It was too beautiful. Like, look at the little dangling droplets of dew. The camera probably doesn't do it any sort of justice, but like, look at the texture on this thing. I could just eat it. Anyway, it's great. So this is the OTT version, and this is the casual version. And I can't wait to coordinate both of these with that Teddy Bears and Lemons meta print. I think it's called like Sweetie Lemon or something like that. Anyway, it's going to be so good. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Lemons and bears. Okay, so this is great. Star-Crossed Lovelies, I'm going to shout out to them again. They gave me such a great care package a couple weeks ago. And I really just can't say enough about the quality of their work. And the design and the aesthetic is so good. And I wear those scrunchies all the time. So, awesome. Already my heart is filling up with the kawaii lemons. But let's open this Me Likes Tea thing. It says open here on the bottom, which is great because then I don't have to show you my address. Let's do it. Don't do this at home. Get an actual box cutter, please. Don't be like me. You know how many times I've injured my palms or the insides of my fingers doing this? It's not worth it. Don't do it. Spoiler alert, they give you tea. Yes, this isn't my first Me Likes Tea order. This is my third or fourth Me Likes Tea order. I have 2 other petticoats by them and a whole bunch of accessories. And I will be placing another next week, of course. Assuming the pre-order slots don't fill up super duper immediately. But yeah, I love the tea that they send. I love looking at like the Portuguese writing and being like, what is this supposed to taste like? I don't know, but it's got a flower on it. Very fun. Oh. This is a brick of petty. Oh my goodness. Check this out. This whole thing is petticoat, I think. Wow. This is pretty heavy too. Based on my workouts, I would say this is maybe 5 pounds. Actually, let's see if the box says how much it weighs. 1.8 kilograms. I don't know what that is in pounds. So I got this petticoat custom size waist in white. I considered getting it in something more fun, like a pink or purple or something. But oh, there's a handwritten note. I'll get to that in a minute. I couldn't decide, and I thought white is going to be like the simplest. And when I thought about all the dresses that I wanted to wear with it, I realized that the Marie Antoinette Chemise à la Reine dress being white means that if I don't get like cream, ivory, or white, any color is going to show through it, because I used a peachy pink petticoat the last time and it showed right on through, which was fine because it kind of like matched my skin tone and that was nice. But when I made that connection, I was like, oh, I can't do purple, I can't do black. So that's what this is. Let's see the note. Dear Elvira, thank you for your patience and support. We processed your order very fondly. It's hard to read. It's beautiful penmanship, though. We hope you like your new petticoat. If you need anything, don't hesitate to contact us. Will do. And then it's Earl Grey, which is my favorite type of tea. No shade. There's care instructions for those of you who have never bought a Me Likes Tea petticoat. They always include tea and they always include care instructions, which is so important because they specifically say that these are supposed to be built to last forever, and they want to make sure that you have the resources you need to make sure that they will last forever. So that's really cool. They have custom packing materials as well. Aha! So here are the bows I ordered. They're pretty small, chill. This one I got specifically because I thought it would match the Cats and Cherry Cake JSK that I got pretty well. I'm always looking for more budget-friendly accessories to match with meta stuff, because so often head accessories that... Petra! Can you hear Petra screaming? I'm so sorry. Anyway, so I got both of these things to match various meta dresses. This green one will also match my plaid JSK that I'm doing the special set video on, and it will also hopefully match the Herbology JSK, which when I get that, I'm about to get super demonetized. And any of you straight edge Lolitas out there are going to hate me forever, but I am making a 420 inspired coordinate set / video review of that thing the second I got it. I train at a school called Stoner U for wrestling. Like, come on, you know I'm 420 friendly, even if I don't partake myself often. So yes, head bows. These are really nice, actually. They look very well made. They're not the first head bows I've bought from Me Likes Tea. I get like the little hair clips before. But yeah, they're just on little alligator clips. They've got tags included, which is nice, because then if you ever do resell something that is made by a specific brand and they don't include a tag, it's like people just have to take you at face value that you're not lying to them about the origin of your thing. Petra! Excuse me, y'all. Petra demands an audience. Bows. We'll come back to the petticoat in a moment. Petra! Come here, I want you. Yes, but here's the deal, baby girl. Yes, now you have to make a cameo, because everybody loves you. Yes, they love you, so you have to make a cameo. Yeah. You are baby. You gonna chomp me? You gonna chomp me? No? You sweet. You sweet. Oh. And that was Petra. She can't decide if she wants to be in or out today. That's fine. I have 4 cats, so you know you're going to see at least one per live stream, basically. My son, Malcolm, is sitting right over there, too, on the bed. He's being very nice, but he's being patient and quiet. Like a good behaved, well-behaved child should be. Oh, my goodness, this thing is so massive. I do have hangers, and I even brought hangers that have clippy guys. So let's undo this baby. This is quite a lot of poof. Ooh. Also, I see somebody asked about the materials of this petty. I don't remember if I got organza or voile. I don't know. I have to check my spreadsheet. Hold on 1 minute. I can get it open in another tab. That is the beauty of streaming from my computer. Woo! Oh my goodness! Oh! Wow! Oh, she's massive! Okay, hold on. Yeah, this probably will not actually work for the dress I'm wearing, but I don't even care. Look at how big she is. Oh, she got a big booty. Petra is about 8 or 9 years old, I think. Thank you so much for asking. She is baby though. She will always be baby. All right, let's see. Oh yeah. I'm looking at my awaiting shipment column, and my Moss Badger Grave Rubbings JSK shipped earlier this week, and I was hoping that I would have it for the pile today, but alas, no. So the Me Likes Tea petticoat is a Sarah 5-layer petticoat in voile. I'm such a fabric obsessed nerd when it comes to like spandex and lycra, but you show me anything gauzy and I'm like, I'm gonna mispronounce that. So I got this made for a waist measure of 89 centimeters. This is the same measurement that I've had for all of my petticoats, but I'm actually like a 99 centimeter waist right now, and I go up to like 104. This is the 70 centimeter length, 5 layers, and color white. So this is the whole earth of petticoats. This is like, I can't even, like, I'm a little worried that my pegboard basket's gonna fall, because that's what I usually, look at this guy. This is a whole A petticoat. This petticoat is giant AF. Wow. I'm in love though. Holy moly. So, this is the first, I think the other two petties that I have by them are organza. I wanted something a little softer, so my understanding was that the V starting name material would be the softer option, and I think that is correct here. This is just so voluminous and lovely. I'm not going to take the time right now to try this on with my dress, mostly because I don't want to have to like hike it up, and also because we've already passed 30 minutes of time and I got 2 more boxes to go through. But wow, just wow. And I'm definitely going to try this on under the dress, and like I'll post something on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, it's at Elvira Wrestling. Go follow me on Instagram. And we'll put this petticoat to the test. If there's interest, I will do a petticoat focused video someday, because I have a couple petticoats that keep getting people asking questions. Like specifically my hoop skirt petticoat has this gold star trim at the bottom that people find very fascinating. It's my only hoop skirt. And then I have some off-brand petticoats. I've got some A-line petticoats. This is the most expensive petticoat I've bought so far. It was about $150 after shipping. I paid in Brazilian real. I think that's how that's pronounced. But again, because of the sale, I basically felt like it was the right time to buy, because as expensive as these things are, they are so worth it. And being able to get some hair bows in the process, like, why not? This isn't a total clash to the rest of my outfit, and I've already got a bunch of bows on my head, so I'm just going to do that. Okay, cool. Yeah, cannot recommend Me Likes Tea petticoats enough. I've heard a lot of good things about Aurora and Ariel petticoats, but I have not personally had good luck with them. The one that I tried to order from them back in the day, I was ordering through a reseller, and the reseller told me that they wouldn't make it in my waist size, which was 104 centimeters at the time. They're basically like, they wouldn't make that style in over 100 centimeter waist, which I don't know if that was true or if the reseller just didn't want to deal with me, but I don't know. I hear they're good. They're definitely a budget friendly option, but yes, I'll also post in the community tab on YouTube. That's a great idea. I will do that. But yeah, a good petty is like the absolute perfect foundation for your wardrobe. If you don't have a good petty, your cords are never going to reach their full potential. Sips tea. This isn't tea, it's water. But I have a giant jug that I put in my fridge of iced tea. And it's always like around April that I start to want to put it in there because I'm such an iced green tea addict. Anyway, I've heard good things about Cream and Sugar's petties. I've heard good things about Aurora and Ariel. And I know that the Lolita Collective specifically has a whole bunch of curated petticoats. Not a lot of them go into the plus size range. However, there was one that I bought in 2 different colors called the Starry A-line petticoat, which I really liked, and it definitely stretched further than the size range was indicating. But I don't think they have that anymore. So I'm sorry. Hold on one second. Excuse me. It's like talking for 30 minutes after not talking at all for a week makes my throat hurt. Okay, so this petticoat's amazing. I think I'm just gonna leave her there because I don't know where else to put her right now, and I hope that there is, I hope there's enough room in my closet for this. My kittens specifically love to run into my Lolita closet whenever I have it open and they get the chance. Like they're notorious for that. All of my dresses are hung up high enough such that they can't reach them, which is fabulous. And I do that intentionally. I actually moved the pole up because the kittens were too much of a risk. But the petticoats, they like to tear down the petticoats, which is fine because like I never intend to sell or resell a petticoat. So if it's got a couple like crinkly holes or bite marks in it, like who's gonna know? But I might need to figure out something different for this one because my cats are going to want to tear it to shreds. And no, like they will want to bury themselves in this, and I will never see them again until I take this out and it's like tattered. Okay, so yes, to recap, this is the Sarah petticoat from Me Likes Tea. This is the 5-layer version. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how you can tell. Custom made for 89 centimeter waist, which does stretch quite a lot, up to 104 centimeters at least. And they've got a drawstring, which means that if I'm going out to eat, I'm only going to wear my Me Likes Tea petties because I can let that drawstring out. And that is really nice. Next, let's get straight into this meta box. I don't know which of the two this is. I suspect this is the Jacquard Yoke dress, which I will tab over to on my spreadsheet. Yes, okay, so this was ordered in November. I slept on this colorway because I kept waiting for them to add more stock photos of the various colorways to their website, and then they didn't, and then the one that I was interested in sold out, and I freaked out. So I used the inquiry button on Meta's website to be like, hey, do you have more of this dress in plus size that I could order, or are you going to restock? And they said, oh, we can ship it to you from the Osaka warehouse. And they created a custom listing for me. It specifically had like this, it was a link that they didn't post publicly. They sent it specifically to me. It was a clone of the same dresses page, but it said reserved for MSE.V. And I was like, I feel so special. I feel like a VIP. But honestly, the amount of free advertising I give Meta on this channel on a like monthly basis, I hope I'm a VIP with them. So yeah, so I think that's what this is. I've never seen this dress in this colorway. I have no idea. And I know that there was a production error I mentioned earlier. So I will show this dress to you, and I will point out the production error because honestly, it doesn't seem like that big a deal. But the fact that they're going so above and beyond to rectify the situation, given how not a big deal it is, it's just more proof that Meta is best brand. They're the best. They're the best brand. And people can say that their stuff is like trashy or of questionable taste level or whatever, but so am I, Meta. So am I. Okay, deep breath. I'm very excited. Drum roll, please. Blocks. Please, blocks. Also, I always open my Meta boxes from the bottom. A, because I don't want y'all to see my address, but B, because they usually put their bag on the bottom, so it's like a nice little extra level of protection when I'm digging in with a blade. So yes, they send you a box. Oh my goodness. Oh yes, I'm about to look like a granny's couch. I am so hyped. Oh, this fabric is way more beautiful in person than here's the sticker, than I anticipated. Whew. On the website, the little tiny swatch of this fabric option was very nondescript. And because of the details on this dress specifically, actually, let me just link y'all to the Lolibrary page for this because I've got it on my spreadsheet. So I'm going to paste this in the chat and you can peep that if you are so interested. So looking at this, the like ribbons, ruffles, and lace, I had no idea what color those would be on this when I ordered it because there was nothing there on the page about that. And the only colorway that was represented was the, I guess, navy version. Is that what it is? Yeah, there's pink, navy, and mint. And the only one that they had made in advance was navy. And it was beautiful. And I really love the cut of this. It's actually pretty similar to the OPs that they just re-released with like the little cross and the solid color. Those do not come in true plus size IMO. If it goes up to 103 centimeter bust and they're considering that plus size, I'm like, girl, no. But so this has that same like continuous front piece flared out silhouette that I have been so enchanted by in Lolita ever since I first saw like the first photo of a Mary Magdalene piece that I've ever seen. And it has this removable yoke, which means that it's got that kind of like lower bust line thing that I really liked in Twinkle Journey, though I didn't know at the time if I was going to like it. So basically, I took one look at this dress and I thought, oh my God, I don't know what these other colorways look like, but pink and mint are way more my wardrobe. Like I have some navy for sure, but I think of that as like my Hanukkah wardrobe and everything else is like my standard wardrobe. So this is not the green I expected. It's more like a sage green, honestly, and it's hard to see because like I'm wondering if I put this in direct sunlight, will this look different? But this compared to the little tiny swatch seems much more yellowy green, but I'm not mad at it. I love it. So yeah, they did say like what the colorway was going to kind of look like. They said that it was going to have, I think, like a white chiffon accent. So like looking at the navy, I was like, okay, so that's probably like the ruffle at the edge and stuff. But it's still like nobody has really seen the full effect of this. And so I'm very excited to feel like I'm breaking the news to the rest of the community. And we will see just how slept on this dress was by other people. So yeah, the Jacquard fabric is it's like a brocade. It's very stiff and heavy, and oh my, oh, 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 y'all, oh my lord. Okay, let me extricate one of these. Wow. The fabric is so like stiff and it holds its shape super nicely. The cream, this is going to look really similar to my skin tone, but as far as like classic Lolita goes, it's so classically classic. Oh. Can we just talk about this for a minute? Wow. The silhouette is so fabulous. And because it's like graduated, you know, I think it's going to look really great on a lot of different figures. Wow. Sorry, y'all, I'm having a moment. Okay, so first of all, does this bow not match this pretty okay? Surprising. This is the mint. It definitely does not look mint on camera. It looks more like a sage green, you know, like moss almost, which makes it even more like straight up and down classic in my opinion. I think it's beautiful. The details are in like an ivory cream with some white also. So this could be really easily coordinated with ivory or white, which is fabulous. It's got pinks and greens and even some like little hints of purple and gray in here that you could pull off of. And then these bows are kind of a more bluish mint, but also kind of toned down. It's not very bright. It's not like the sweet version of that stuff, of those colors. It's very much more the classic version. Wow. This is giving me like Marie Antoinette Rococo fantasy. I feel like if I was going to a Bridgerton tea party, I would totally wear this with a short puff sleeve in ivory. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. The materials are all super high quality. We knew that was going to be true for Meta, though. So that's great. So let's talk about what I know based on Lolibrary and such. So this is the Jacquard Yoke flared dress in Peppermint. Again, wouldn't call this Peppermint, but it's the greenish one. It was $340 after shipping. I think this could have been a little cheaper if I hadn't had to order from the Osaka store. But maybe not. I don't actually remember. I think it felt like a reasonable amount for a dress with this kind of material, though. This is the plus size version. It did come in a regular size. I don't believe it came in plus size, but I could be wrong. The bust range is 99 centimeters to 140 centimeters, and the waist range is 87 centimeters to 125 centimeters. So my bust, as of when I checked last week to order some wrestling gear, was 120 centimeters, and my waist was 99 centimeters. So I should be right in the middle there, which is fabulous. But it also does look like it's going to stretch quite a lot. It's just going to stretch differently than the usual Meta cut because of the way that the skirt is cut. So I guess let's get into that. So Here at the front, we've got this yoke. It is removable. It looks like it's got buttons. I'm going to take it down to get a closer look. Yep, it's got a series of buttons on the inside so that you can remove it. It's elasticated at the top, so the yoke itself will stretch a little bit if you have an ample bosom. And there's this frill ruffle bit made of that same Jacquard fabric that goes around the edge, which very conveniently hides the buttonholes. The straps also have some of this matching chiffon, which is the same stuff used through the yoke and at the bottom of the skirt. This front bow has a little gold crown on it, and it's got lace edging, same as the front of this bodice, and this is the same lace that's also used up through here on the yoke. So that's all very consistent. It's very simple. And the bow is removable. It's only got one pin in the middle, so it will probably tend to be a little bit flopsy, but that's probably fine also. So the front cut is 3 panels sewn together, and that's the other thing. Like, when you are constructing a dress and you can break the pattern of the garment down into smaller pieces, you can get away with strategically cutting things out in such a way that you can save on fabric, and that's one thing that contributes to lower costs. You can't do that here. This whole thing had to be cut out contiguously, as did this whole thing, as did this whole thing. And it looks like at the back even, there isn't a separated waistline. It's just shirt at the top. So that means the shirring had to be cut wide so that it could be brought in too. So this is a lot of large pieces of contiguous, high quality fabric. And that is why such a simple dress is so expensive. I would bet you anything. Here at the bottom, there is a different lace. This is the only place this lace appears as far as I can see, though it might also be... Nope. It's not on the edge of the waist ties. The edge of the waist ties is the same chiffon ruffle that's present here with the little mint bow that's tied in through here. Beautiful. So let's flip this around to get a good look at the back. Oh, and I guess here's where I should show you the thing that they are telling everybody is their defect in manufacturing. So there are these 2 gold buttons on the back. They're shaped like roses, very cute. This ruffle here is supposed to be sewn down flat with the buttons on top, but instead the buttons were sewn directly onto the base of the strap, and the flap just kind of gets wonky weird in the back as a result. So it like kind of forces the ruffle to flip open. I often have to move my buttons on meta dresses anyway, especially when it's not like the round cut, or I think they call it like the ribbon cut with like the panels of, princess seams in the front with like usually like a ribbon placard or something in the middle. That's their most common JSK cut for plus sizes. And with those, I can usually get away with not moving the buttons, but on all of the others, I tend to move the buttons down. So I can just move the buttons down and correct this at the same time. And I'm going to do so in a video. And then I'll probably coordinate this a bunch because, wow, it's so pretty. Don't know when that will happen, of course, because I'm so busy. But if that is of a priority to you, please comment on the replay of this video after it goes live, because I can't always keep up with the chat. So if you're saying that you want it in the chat, I might not catch it. But if you leave it as a comment, I get a notification email about it. So I will for sure see it. Look at these super long waist ties. That's awesome. This is the antithesis of my pet peeve. Like, when somebody sizes up the dress but doesn't size up the waist ties, sad. When somebody does size up the dress and super upsizes the waist ties, happy. And those are also attached by these gold rose buttons. So So yeah, looking at the way that the shirring panel is constructed, there is like a seam look created here because of the way that the stitching is done. This is the kind of shirring that has channels with elastic inside of it, as opposed to just sewing with an elasticated thread. But the channels are made within part of the one long contiguous piece of fabric. So that's awesome. What else can I say here? The way that this has all of the stretch concentrated in the back does make me think that if you are at the upper end of this size range, the front is not going to remain only 1/2 of the total circumference, if that makes sense. So like the more plus sized you are in this, the more likely you're going to see some of that shirring wrap around to the front of you. So keep that in mind. That isn't always the case with Meta's plus sizes, but I think because of the way that this is cut, it's a higher likelihood here. And yeah, if I'm going to get 10% off my next Meta purchase, which will happen someday, like maybe the Sailor Lolita dresses aren't inspiring enough for me to drop the money on right now, but there will be another Meta release that I'm like add to cart on very soon in the future, I'm sure. And yeah, so I'm happy to get like $30 off in exchange for moving the buttons down that I probably would anyway. So that's amazing. These waist ties are so good. They're so long. So long, waist ties, Avitas and goodbye. I'm just going to kind of wrap her up and move her over. Right next to the CC cat. Oh, I forgot to mention the lining. There is lining. The ruffles are attached to the outer shell, not the lining. So for people who care about the difference there, that's how that's laid out. And there are no pockets. No pockets. Meta, you're already pretty much God tier, but if you added pockets, you'd be like God of the universe tier. You'd be like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind tier. You'd be like a sunrise in Hawaii on the water on a slightly cloudy day tier. Anyway, sorry. Got a little bloop for a second there. We're about halfway through the time we have allotted. Is there any questions about this this beauty before we move on to the last box and maybe have enough time for CC Cat? Your dress came with a single pocket. Is there a single pocket that I didn't notice? No pockets here. I got excited. This is probably out of context because I'm trying to keep up with the chat and people are talking about Crown Label. And yeah, my issue with Crown Label is that they are too short for me. At 6 feet tall and swole, Crown Label tends not to work for me, especially the mini skirts. But if you are like average height for Japan, freaking go for it. I'm still hoping that a bunch of the Crown Label stuff gets re-released someday. First of all, because that entry point price is much better than the usual. But also, like, there are so many like cute toy boxes. There's a train print that I really liked. I wouldn't say it's like the top of my priority list for what I'm hoping Meta re-releases. They are already re-releasing the Lemons and Bears, so that's great. I'm hoping for plus size Matryoshka, and I'm hoping for plus size hedge maze with swans. And I'm forgetting the name of both of those prints right now. But the Matryoshkas, that's like, please somebody put this on my body. Oh, for a different meta dress. Yeah, I don't know why they don't include more pockets. Like this cut, I could understand not wanting to put pockets in, honestly, because it is so sleek. But why not like things with a full circle skirt or a full gathered rectangle skirt? I don't know. Okay, moving on. Another meta box. This should be the... God, how the frick is this thing pronounced? I have no idea. It's Busay Cuvée? Shoot. Let me try to pull up pronunciation guide. Yeah, you know what? I'm giving up. I have no idea. Anyway, it's by Meta. I can't recall what all I ordered as part of this. Let's just open it. I'm noticing that I have some holes in my spreadsheet as it goes for this. That's not great because Beaucouvert. I'm not sure if I like spelled it wrong or if I just left it off accidentally. But it does not appear to be on my spreadsheet right now, which is not great. I don't know what happened. I'm pretty sure I ordered it in red. If I didn't add this to my spreadsheet, that means my accounting is off, which is like really bad. Because it means I'm probably like $300 over budget for the month that I ordered this. That's a problem for future me. Current me is going to enjoy opening this. Tee. That's embarrassing, though. Yes, I encourage everyone to keep good track of your purchases, not specifically as I do for like resell and tax purposes, but just because it's really helpful to understand how much you're spending on things, and it's really helpful for budgeting. And then you have this like archive of stuff that you know you've bought. Oh, so I bought it in black, not red. Oh, this is even more embarrassing. Like, I don't even know what I bought. That's atrocious. Okay, so here's the usual. I just got the JSK here. Thinking back on like what past me would have ordered, I knew that I had gotten either the black or the red. The blue and the pink was adorable, very like trans pride. I loved it, but I just felt like it wouldn't match the rest of my wardrobe as much as like the deep reds present in the other two colorways. And as far as like a red dress with a black bustle versus a black dress with a red bustle, I'm not surprised I picked the black dress with a red bustle. Yeah. So that's the big difference between the two. Let's get into some spoon dresses. Also, as somebody who's been on and off in chronic pain for most of my life, the spoon reference is not lost on me, and it is much appreciated. Wow, the texture of this fabric is so different from the last one. Oh my goodness! The spoon! Okay, hold on. So my lack of spreadsheet information may have dampened my excitement a little, but here comes the excitement again. Holy moly. I love it. I'm really excited about it. Oh, look at you. Look at the spoon. The spoon is everything to me. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is another one that's got what I consider to be kind of like the standard meta cut, which is a 3-panel bodice with an attached rectangle gathered skirt. In contrast to this, which is a very unique, like fit and flared cut. This dress has so many details that I did not notice when I purchased it, because all I needed to see to want it was spoons, forks. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So first of all, this sailor collar is detachable, which is great because I'm not sure I'm always going to want to wear it with the collar, but it's a great way to have the red brought up more. That said, I have some like high neckline, very ornate neckline red blouses that I think would go really, really well with this, like the Lady Sloth Nevermore series ruffled and pinstriped blouse. That's so fabulous. That's going to look really nice with this, assuming the reds match, which I think they should. So yeah, like it's nice to have this be removable. It also looks like the collar has its own ribbon ties, so it'll like tie behind the neck. And then underneath there is a separate set of straps. And actually, looking at this, this is not the same standard meta cut that I was referencing. My bad. The way you can tell is that the straps are a natural outgrowth of the top of the bodice, as opposed to the bodice being squared off and then having the straps be a separate piece. These straps are integrated. So that will change the way this fits and looks. I know I have another dress that does this by Meta. I can't recall off the top of my head. This is going to bug me. This is going to bug me as much as not having this on my spreadsheet. But anyway, so that's beautiful. Great attention to detail. And then the top of the bodice is without the collar is just kind of flat, plain, unadorned. That means that it's going to be a lot more versatile. But also some people prefer more interest up there, like all of that. So it's just a matter of preference. I don't think it's like a make or break thing for the dress by any means. The collar has this lovely rose lace, and then this edge lace is the same as the lace that goes down the front of the bodice and along the outside of the straps. So that's very cool, well coordinated. Let's hang you back up. So the front bows are this like satin ribbon. Meta uses the same satin ribbon for pretty much everything. Sometimes they don't finish the edges as well as others. Right now they seem to be pretty well finished. The line of bows down the front is super duper cute. I much prefer a line of bows to a line of buttons. So I'm thrilled. This bow here is removable, which is great because I would not want to wash this thing with a spoon on it. And the golden spoon is just so super cute. It's actually pretty heavy. Like I wouldn't expect it to be this heavy. It feels like it's probably actually metal and not like plastic that looks like metal or something, which is, you know, how it should be. And then the rectangle skirt is really gorgeous. The Metamorphose Temple de Fille brand name is interspersed through all of these tiers. And then there are these crossed cutlery moments here, which are tied off with these little red ribbons. The way that the ribbon is printed really makes it look like a velvet ribbon. So I would love to pair it with velvet accessories if I can find any. That makes this more of a wintry dress, in my opinion, but whatever. It's also got printed lace, and the border here has these printed spoons and forks. But one of the details that I didn't notice when I bought this was that there are little Meta Swan logos in this printed lace area. Now, I love the Meta Swans. I just made a lucha mask inspired by them. I want them to have these Meta Swans in lace as actual lace on a dress someday. Can you make that happen, Meta? Make it so. So make it already. Sorry, I'll stop. There's more of that same lace trim at the bottom here, though one thing I'm noticing is that based on where, like how far out along the length of the lace, or I guess the width of the lace, it's sewn, it really does look like different lace. But if you look closely, it is the same lace. That's funny. And then there's this maroon ruffled edge. The lining is black while we're here. And there are no pockets, which I am sad about. Before we flip to the back, the waist ties are actually attached with these little bow buttons. Not at all what I would have expected. Just like a little tiny detail. Bows made out of metal. Who knew? I guess it's better than like a very oddly shaped, elongated button that would be cutlery inspired. You could do like a plate, a flat plate maybe. Anyway, it's a nice little detail, and it looks like it's the same on the back. And now turning the dress around, we get to Peep the Bustle, which is the thing that like really pushes this dress over the edge into like amazing territory for me. I love a bustle. I don't have many dresses that have a bustle. This bustle is beautiful. It's that same burgundy fabric that you saw all along the front edge, and that front edge is actually like mimicked but not continued around. So the bottom tier of the ruffles in the bustle does align with the ruffle at the edge here, but it's not contiguous. Like it doesn't continue. It's its own thing, which really does lend itself well to the illusion that there is like a parting of the dress with the ruffle being revealed on the inside, which is, I believe, what the original effect of this kind of bustle style is supposed to go for. So that's cool. Full back shirring, as usual. This is really forgiving shirring. It looks fabulous. And then the lengthened waist ties. These are super cute. These are kind of thin for meta waist ties, actually, like as far as narrow goes. But I'm sure that that's because they wanted to put the fork on one side and the spoon on the other. And so they just perfectly aligned the amount of fabric used to encapsulate those particular aspects, which is a really cool detail, I think. And then they're finished off with lace, ruffle, and ribbon. And here you can see that the straps are connected here by the usual 2-button style. And then here's where the front yoke, that's not really a yoke, the collar is attached right here. And that ties like a halter tie in the back. Fabulous. I love that. I don't know what to say about this dress besides, like, finally I own a cutlery print dress. If I seem less over the top enthusiastic about this compared to the other, I swear it's just dampened by the fact that I didn't have it on my spreadsheet and therefore forgot what color I ordered and everything. Like, I'm thrilled with it. It's beautiful. Did I, for a moment, think I was getting the red instead? Yes. And I'm a little sad that I don't get to see how the red looks in person, because the black in person versus the black that was on the website, like, very, very similar. Very similar. Exactly the kind of, like, quality and attention to detail I would expect. I don't know what it is about. No, I do know what it is. The red one has a black collar, which I think reads more sailor than I wanted for this kind of theme. I think that's what eventually pushed me in the direction of the black. But yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of skating between classic and sweet pretty often, and gothic, but styling it more classic. So this is the trend, I think, for my wardrobe for the future. It's pretty fabulous. I'm really, really stoked on this dress. I'm stoked on both of these. I hope that I have time to record some things for them, but I haven't even tried on my cats and cherry cake from the last live stream yet. And that was 2 months ago. That's not great. The Bay Area K group was doing a fruit-themed March prompt, and I had all these coordinates planned, including a cats and cherry cake coordinate for that, and I did none of them. I'm really bummed because I wanted to be able to participate in the prompt, but oh well. So yeah, any more questions about this? I'm going to try to take a quick peep at the chat while I sip some water, and then because we do have some time, I will go over the Rainbow Dollhouse JSK in the corner over there. Yes, tarot reading comes after the packages if there's time. Still not exactly sure how I'm going to handle that, but it's an experiment. Also, I'm not going to use my Hey Newly cards after all, because I have these tiny cat cards, and so many of you are cat fans. I have to use the cat cards. Okay. Oh, my cats are being so sweet. They're just off screen. I'd show you, but I don't want to show you that I didn't make the bed. But they're being very lovely. They're sleeping. Oh. Oh. All right. So let's talk Rainbow Dollhouse, shall we? Oh, now I have to lift past all these very heavy things to get her to come out. So for anyone who missed the very beginning of this stream, I'm going over Rainbow Dollhouse here, which I still haven't worn properly, which is why it still has tags, because I had gotten some requests to do so. The official measurements for this dress do not necessarily include my size range. This is the XL size. I have this same dress in a bunch of colorways now because after I bought it in pink, I realized, A, I love it. B, it fits me amazing. And C, the price point was so good, even having to buy it through resellers. I spent, because I had to go through different resellers at different points, I got the pink one on Lace Market for about $115. That's a huge markup. And then I got the rest of them off of Devil Inspired because they had bought up a whole bunch of the extra large stock in this print when the brand went out of business. So basically, in order to get it in that size, I had to buy it through a reseller because you couldn't buy it through Taobao anymore. Not ideal, but still cheaper than buying it on Lace Market through a reseller. So you can expect to pay between $75 and $120 for this dress, depending on where you're finding it, which color it is, and what size it is. The smaller sizes are much cheaper, so if you don't need the XL size, you're in luck. You'll get it cheaper. Ha ha ha. People talk about the pink tax. They don't talk about the fat tax. Everything in plus sizes is more expensive. Anyway, so the measurements from CC Cat on Taobao have this at a length of 94 to 96 centimeters, a waist of 100 to 108 centimeters, and a bust of 108 to 118 centimeters. That waist can be brought in because there are waist ties. The bust easily goes up to 120 centimeters. Most buyers report that it goes up to 125 centimeters. So it's actually quite a bit more forgiving than, it's quite a bit more forgiving than the brand claims. This dress is like if you took classic AP that will never fit plus sizes in a million years and you made it available in plus size and cheaper. The details on this dress are incredible, and I'm very happy to show it to you. I didn't end up coordinating it when I name dropped it in the video for the Star-Crossed Lovelies review, but enough people were extremely interested in what I had to say about it, so here it is, and enjoy. I have this in pink. That's the only one I've taken out of the packaging so far because I do want to coordinate it first. I've also got the yellow, the green, and the black. Couldn't find the blue in my size. That's probably okay. I don't need that many copies of a dress, but the pink was like the first one that I found in my size and thought, yes, I'm going to buy that at that price point. This was the expensive one that I got on Lace Market. I think the yellow is actually my favorite of the colorways. But then the mint and the black were a great deal. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to grab these up. So check my Lace Market eventually. I might end up selling one or two of the colors if I fall out of love or if I find myself reaching for one of them in particular. But yes, I love this pink one specifically because I feel like the mint and the blue really pop. It should be pretty easy to coordinate, and it reminds me a little bit of like Milky Planet or something. But yeah, let's get into it. And again, if any of these dresses or items you think merit their own video, please leave a comment in the replay because I am not able to keep up with the chat that's going by here. And I do want to give you what you want. Last video, last live stream, there were a lot of requests specifically for the cats and cherry cake, so that's still in the queue. And then the special set from last video, or last live stream, is also still in the queue. And that will probably come next because it's part of a larger concept. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy to coordinate whatever y'all want. It just might take a while. So subscribe if you haven't already. The dress. Okay. It is super hype sweet. Like beastly sweet. I don't know how else to describe this. This is the most saccharine level of sweet you can ever find in Lolita fashion. The front has this yoke. This is not detachable or anything, with 3 bows. Those are all attached. There's this very slightly blue or mint lace that goes around the yoke. This dress doesn't have white lace on the major lace components. It's all pink or bluish. And you wouldn't necessarily know that by looking at the stock photos because the stock photos are, first of all, worn by models, and the models are the smallest size. but so there's like a lot of editing and stuff going on. They're kind of busy. So it's hard to peep all the details of this dress from the stock photos, which is another reason why I'm happy to go over it with you. So these components here with like the little heart-shaped waffle lace, those are pink. And then this polka dot lace is like a bluish mint. This is ribbon. These are fabric, and the bows up here have a rickrack border as well. And there's a rickrack border here on each side of the pin tuck part of the bodice. There's also princess seams. Love a princess seam. And these heart buttons. I could take or leave the heart buttons. They're not so offensive that I just want to like take them off, but they do really add to like the cartoony kind of kiddish feel of this. I feel like on me, kitty stuff can look kind of silly / age playish. So I try to walk that line very carefully because that is not the kind of attention I want to attract. But the imagery is great. I'm clearly a fan of stuffed animals. Like there are a ton of stuffed bears and bunnies in this, and that is what I'm here for. This bow is also not detachable. And if you look under it, there are these little pearlescent buttons here, and that's because there's a detachable apron that you can buy that just clips on there at the front. So you can only really wear the apron with this dress, or I suppose you could probably like feed a ribbon through the buttonholes and wear it that way. But yeah, that's just like another little detail. I cannot find the apron anywhere. I appreciate that the apron is not tied to a specific size, but the accessories are actually kind of hard to find for this series. So I'm looking for other things to coordinate with it. It's happening. So the bow here does have like a white lace trim, but as far as I can tell, this trim here is the only white lace / trim on the dress. Kind of weird, very interesting. The straps also have the rickrack and both the pink and the blue lace, no white lace. Who knows? Those same pearlescent buttons are attaching the waist ties, and the waist ties are this like organza stuff. They've got little beads at the bottom, which are very, very subtle and definitely not the sort of detail you would notice if you were just buying it from the stock photos. And this little ribbon, which is super duper cute. Now these waist ties are extremely short. They did not size the waist ties up as far as I can tell. When I wear this, I'm still at like the very low end of the waist measurement, and the bow is very short on me. I think that the other like the other stock photos don't necessarily show the bow as being long per se, but it definitely feels like it's shorter and smaller in proportion on a plus size person than it would be on the model size person. So that's something to consider. The tags, if it says new with tags, you should expect the tags to be here on the front looped through this bow. If they're showing you a tag that's somewhere else but not this, be suspicious. It's probably not actually new with tags. Just FYI. And now we can talk a little bit about the actual print and skirt construction, because this skirt has this built-in petticoat lining, which is super exciting. Not a lot of dresses in plus sizes have this. The bottom of the skirt has the rickrack and the pink and the blue laces that were present up above. And the actual print includes this very ornate, sweet, candy-colored dollhouse scene. And there's like a little bear in a shower cap in the bath with some duckies here. And this bear is in her very Lolita-inspired room, and she's got like a little dress on a mannequin, and her bed is super duper cute. Down here, there's a nursery. I'm pretty sure this bear is an age player. but, you know, I'm not going to yuck their yum. It's on the print. It's fine. If they want to be baby bear, that's fine. There's this giant bear in a tiny room. I relate to this bear in particular because I too am a giant bear in Lolita in a tiny room. And like the houses themselves are like, they got these cute tiles that look kind of like melting candy chips. They're super duper pretty colors. And then up through here, there's like blocks, windows, little CC cat writings, boxes, and bears and bunnies and bonnets and bows. And that's really the best. I love the amount of detail on this thing. I love that there's like these little candy marshmallowy stripes, and then that there are these ribbony stripes, and that the ribbon has polka dots. It's just so delightfully busy. That's how I would put it. Delightfully busy. And no pocket here. I thought there was a pocket. I thought there was a pocket on one side. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe there aren't pockets. I could have sworn there was a pocket. But whatever. It's fine. Even without pockets, this dress is pretty fabulous. So yeah, let's flip this to the back. I'll show you the shirring. So the straps are actually very Swolita friendly, and I will show you why. Wow, my chair is so creaky today. So the buttons are attached to the inside of the back of the dress, and there are 2 buttons, 2 places, and they're placed such that there's actually a lot of extra room on the bottom so that you can move them up, and you can have only 1 button applied, or you can have 2 buttons applied for extra strength. And as a swole person who often hulks out of my straps, this is like beautiful, amazing. I've never seen this anywhere else before in my life. I want this on every single dress ever made. I know that's not going to happen, but it's nice. It's nice to think about. I just think that's such a cool feature, and I didn't have to adjust the buttons on this. Like, I could probably move them down 1 set and it might fit me a little bit better, but as short as this thing is described as, I don't find it that short on my proportions after all, which was really shocking to me. And it was that made me think, okay, this dress is worth getting in multiple colors. Because if it was just good widthwise but not lengthwise, I would have been like, okay. I know how popular this print is. I would really love to host and or attend a meet where everybody was wearing a cord based on this dress. I feel like that's a pretty inclusive meet because so many different sizes and like color schemes of people can fit into and rock this print. The shirring is actually only 1/4 shirring. It only covers the middle section of the back, which means that when it stretches to its fullest extent, you don't see it wrapping around to the front, which I think is amazing. But for this shirring to be so small and concentrated, that amount of stretch is incredible. And again, this is the XL size, so it's supposed to go up to about 118 centimeters, and they usually say, you know, to assume that you need to be 2 to 4 centimeters below the max measurement to fit things. You don't need to be 2 to 4 centimeters below 118 to fit in this at all. You can be up to 124 centimeters, easy. And it's not going to change the way the dress looks on you, because of the way that the shirring is only in a 1/4 in the back. It's not going to wrap around to the front. It's not going to fit weird on you. And the princess seams are so universally flattering. It's awesome. I really, really love this dress. So, yeah, that's everything I had planned on unboxing. I guess that means we have time for tarot. If you will excuse me for one moment, I'm going to go wash my hands because they feel a little grimy having touched all this stuff, and I need to reset my brain and energy a little bit for the tarot reading. But if you can comment, that means you're subscribed, or it should mean that you're subscribed. I don't know how I'm going to choose whose readings to do. But my plan is to do a one-deck multi-person reading. I'm not a professional, so this is experimental. It's all in good fun. It's not to be taken super seriously, but I do actually believe in this stuff, so also please don't make fun of it. Tarot has helped me make some of the biggest decisions of my life, such as where to go to high school and college, because I got into multiple schools. It helped me make decisions about my wedding and my relationship. It helped me make decisions about my career. It helped me make decisions about wrestling training. Tarot is what made me ultimately make the move from my old school to my new school, and not go to a third school that was across the country, because the signs were so clear. And I did a past, present, future reading for each of those. I think the way I'm going to do this is just keeping it simple. I'm going to do reversals, which means that if the card is pulled upside down, I'm going to read what the right side up reading would be, but I will also tell you what the upside down reading is, which is usually more accurate in my opinion. And what else can I say? I'm only going to shuffle the deck once. So when I put my energies into the shuffling of the deck, and if you want to participate, please, ruminate, reflect, and meditate, and send me some energies regarding what you would like your question to be. And then when it's your turn, I'm going to try to feed off of your energies in order to pick the card for you, because I've never done a remote tarot reading where I didn't have somebody like on video telling me when to stop. So I'm just going to try to go based on the gut instinct that the universe is telling me. So I'm gonna go wash my hands, reset, and I will be right back. Please start thinking about your questions, and yeah, let's have some fun with this. Note to self and to others, this is very hard to wash your hands in. I definitely got the ruffles and the cuffs a little bit wet, so yikes, I guess. Do we want to bother with the picture-in-picture? Do we want to try that? It's a new thing. Okay, train. I don't know if y'all can hear the train. It is very, very loud. Generally, when you're doing tarot, you want to have either a seat on the floor or your feet planted directly on the floor. So if you've got your legs crossed where you are, or if you're laying down or whatever, I recommend sitting and either crossing your legs on the floor or planting your feet side by side on the floor, uncrossing your legs, and just kind of grounding yourself. These cat cards are pretty amazing. I've used them a lot. This is my bedside deck because sometimes if I'm like having weird dreams and I want to analyze them, I will pop out of bed in the middle of the night and do tarot on the floor next to my bed with my phone. Petra, are you contributing your good jujus? Petra is deciding whether or not she wants to contribute her good jujus. She already contributed some good jujus. Wow. Wow. Okay. So full disclosure also, I am using the Biddy Tarot and their online learning resources for this. I find that, well, first of all, I don't know the cards well enough to just riff on what I'm seeing unless it's a few specific cards that tend to come up a lot for me. Also, these are surprisingly hard to shuffle in, so we're going to move those up. So I like the amount of detail that the Biddy Tarot goes into. The tarot reading community is kind of split in all things about like what kind of reading is the most proper, what is traditional, who can practice tarot, if you need certification, etc., etc. I am an amateur practitioner. I do this for myself and my friends. I do take it seriously, but not so seriously that if like you've got an ill omen, I'm not Professor Trelawneying up in here, you know. Sorry for the Harry Potter reference. Yeah, so if you plan on participating, I would love it if you would, after I select you, post your question in the chat. It's best to keep your questions open-ended, which is better for interpretation. Some cards do have a yes or no connotation for yes or no questions, but most do not. So if you have a yes or no question, try to reframe it in your mind as finding out information that will lead you more clearly to a yes or no answer. And if you are interested in a reading, please say me in the chat right now, and I will select one of y'all, and then you can post your question, and then we will choose the first card. So for right now, I am shuffling the cards. These are small enough cards that I can shuffle them right here on the desk. And that is why we are using these cards and not the bigger cards. The Hainuli cards are beautiful. They are really, really thick, and I love the tarot mat and everything that comes with them. I've definitely done readings with them already, but they are a little unwieldy for small spaces. So cool. Wow. We've got a whole bunch. I'm just going to go down the order. So first up is Puree. Hi. Hi, Puree. Big fan of yours, by the way. Yes, feel free to add yourself to the queue if you are late. I don't know how many people we will get through, but I'm just going to go down the list because I feel like that's fair. So Puree, please ask your question as I put these cat cards into a pile. I'm then going to cut the deck with my left hand and then spread the cards out. And then I'm going to use my Reiki training, because I am trained in Reiki. Yeah, y'all didn't know I was this witchy, did you? I'm going to use my Reiki training to try to sense what card works for you, Puree. So now I'm going to see if... Aha! This is the other reason why I chose this platform, because you can put people's chats up into things. So... Thank you for the reading opportunity. You are very welcome. Your question is, what do you need to know about your career path? That's a great one. So let's see. What does Puree need to know about their career path? I have pulled the 5 of Wands. Look at those dancing cats. The 5 of Wands upright. I should mention that the whole upside down thing only really works when you've got a symmetrical back to the cards, and also the like tendency that the person who is pulling them has to like flip them or not. It's completely subjective. So in this case, I pulled it and it came up right side up. So that's cool. So the 5 of Wands upright is a card of conflict, disagreements, competition, tension, and diversity. Now, as this applies to careers, that sounds kind of jarring, startling. Those aren't necessarily words you want associated with your career investigations. So let's read what the 5 of Wands upright is according to Biddy Tarot. In the tarot, the 5s typically represent conflict and change. The 5 of Wands is no exception. This card indicates that you are in the midst of battle, tension, and competition with others, and it is impacting your ability to move forward with your goals. Rather than being able to work towards a common goal, you are running up against constant opposition. With the 5 of Wands, everyone is fighting to be heard, but nobody is listening. When everybody has a different opinion and nobody is stopping to hear each other out, conflict and misunderstandings run rampant. You find yourself in this situation and see it as an opportunity to rise above the chaos and disorder. Take a moment to listen to what others have to say, and even if you agree to disagree, this will be helpful. The key is to tune in to one another and allow each person to make their case. Perhaps in the process, their opinions may become softer and quieter. They may also give you the respect you are seeking and listen to your viewpoint. Sometimes this kind of conflict can be productive, such as with brainstorming or problem solving at work, but you need a constructive environment where you can have these conflicts. You may benefit from establishing a smaller working group or committee with individuals that you trust to mitigate this problem, but also try to keep yourself open to debate and contrasting opinions, because those will only help you improve the quality of your own ideas. The 5 of Wands encourages an enthusiastic approach to change. Transition or transformation is coming whether or not you like it. Your challenge will be in ensuring that everyone is on the same page so that you can deal with the shift constructively and positively. If your group's energy is currently scattered and misdirected by enthusiasm, where everyone has ideas and nobody can bring them to a logical path forward, you may find yourself in a role where you have to identify a strategy that can be implemented and help everyone involved. Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know how true you are finding that. I see that you say your career is very competitive So it makes sense. Trying to get stability. Yeah, that sounds rough. I would say that this card is just telling you to embrace the instability and try to find something constructive to do with it. Ultimately, people are going to disagree. The competition may be very fierce and it may be quite unsettling, but you can make it into an opportunity for yourself, for career growth, for finding your way in a leadership capacity, if you can help become a stabilizing force within your work environment. So, very cool. Thank you so much for asking your question. I hope that was informative for you. And now let's look at Duchess Leon. If you are still here, Duchess Leon, that you are up. And you are very welcome, Puree. I'm glad you found it interesting. Everybody else, feel free to sound off if this is too weird for you, or if you're enjoying this or you think it's interesting. I'd love your feedback on this. I feel very Miss Cleo right now. Yeah, so Duchess Leon, you are next. And I can't tell if there's a delay or if somebody is typing or if anyone's here. Maybe I should have asked y'all to just ask your questions when you claimed your thing, but that's okay. It's learning experience, and just Duchess Leon has gotten back to us. How long will I be jobless? Do I need to change up how I seek out employment? That's rough. All right. Let's ask the cards. So we want to know about your jobless situation and what you can do to secure employment. If a change is needed or not. Another 5. This is the 5 of Swords inverse, upside down. 5 of Swords upside down. Here's the cute cat, though. Definitely have to show off the cat, but yes, it's upside down. Interesting that 2 career-focused questions have both gotten 5s. So, the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords in upright position is conflict, disagreements, competition, defeat, and winning at all costs. But reversed, which is the way we pulled it, is reconciliation, making amends, and past resentment. The 5 of Swords turns up when you've had a falling out, disagreement, or conflict. You may have experienced a type of sadness and loss. The 5 of Swords reversed speaks for those times when you've tried to argue to the end only to realize that you will lose no matter what. You've been pushing and pushing, but whoever is on the other end is not listening. No doubt they feel the same frustration. You're both fighting to win at the expense of the other person. And when you're in an oppositional posture, you end up feeling awful, even if you do win. As a card of conflict, tension, and disagreement, the 5 of Swords reverse shows you that you want this period of fighting to be over so that you can forgive, forget, move on, and focus your energies on constructive activities like restoring your relationships back to normal and finding stability. You realize there can only be losers in this battle and you want to move on. At times, the 5 of Swords reversed can express conflict in your life that you've tried to walk away from, but it continues to follow you. For example, there may be an ex in your life or a previous boss in this case, or even a family member who's putting pressure on you, some relationship that has made it hard for you to move on to the next thing. As long as the conflict and tension and raw emotions that you're feeling about this person or situation are at play, it's going to be harder to move on. Similarly, the reverse Five of Swords can suggest that it's reopening an old wound and that you are experiencing the secondhand fear and tension associated with that memory, and that you might be particularly worried that history is going to repeat itself and hurt you again. So the best advice here is that you need to forgive and forget, heal, and try to move on from those traumas of the past in order to reach a new place. It says there may be some residual resentment following a past argument with someone close to you or a situation that you found yourself in. You've been in challenging and heated conversations as a part of this situation. You harbor a lot of negative emotion from those experiences and discussions, and the conflict remains unresolved and unaddressed in your mind. So it may be impacting your ability to move forward and create a new, more harmonious relationship or situation. The Five of Swords suggests in reverse that after a period of conflict, you are ready to move forward and create positive change. Circle back around and try to reset your energy within yourself. Come back to the beautiful, soulful person you are and ask yourself, how can I create a win-win solution? Maybe this is about compromise. Maybe it's time for a change in direction. And maybe it's time to try to correct some wrongs that happened in the past that you might be at fault for. If you can make amends, you can move on and create fertile ground for new ideas, collaborations, and opportunities. So it sounds like, based on this card, that your last job and your feelings about it may be holding you back within your current job search. And I don't know if that's true, like if you were fired or laid off, or if you had conflict with a boss or a coworker that led you to quit or something, but whatever that situation was, the cards say that you are holding on to it and that is impacting your ability to move forward. I'm a hiring manager at my job, so for reference, one thing that I've always noticed in interviews is if I ask somebody why they left their last position and they immediately talk about the bad experience they had, and I can sense that bitterness and resentment for whatever reason they left, that can impact my understanding of who you are as a person. And if this is something that you're doing in your job interviews as you're going out into the world, the cards and I both advise you to reel it back in. Try to reframe whatever that last bad experience was as something that you can learn from, something that you can spin into something positive, even if it was incredibly soul-crushing and really like just a soul-crushing environment, or a bad situation, or even if this was like a great job that you lost in a way that you can't control. Like, try to find a way to find the positive in that. Maybe you learned what kind of work style works better for you, and you should pursue places that allow that. Maybe you were in customer service and it was awful and you don't want to pursue stuff like that again, even though that's what your background is in and what your experience is. Just figure out what about that situation was so awful, and then try to find something that will not encompass that situation again. Like, don't leave yourself vulnerable to that kind of situation again. And Duchess Leon replies, "This is too real. Ugh, my last job was hell." Yeah, that's the card is talking about trauma. Like, no joke. It seems like you were totally traumatized, and that sucks. I don't know if you know that you were hanging on to that stuff, but it could be what's holding you back here. Like, maybe you just need to do some healing and take a minute for yourself before you launch back into the pressure of finding yourself a job that will ultimately be as soul-crushing as the last one. Like, if it's not happening for you, maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe it's not the right place. Maybe you haven't found the right place yet. Sadly, I think that's all the time I have because I have to go run off to D&D right now. But thank you everybody who volunteered to get a reading done and for all the questions and support about the various things that I have unboxed. It's been really great to talk to y'all. And if this was fun, if you liked the format here, if you want to do more tarot readings, I could probably just turn this into a like weekly, I don't know, 30-minute to an hour stream type thing, which would be great for my content because streams are ultimately a lot less effort than filming because I don't have to, film multiple things and do all this editing and stuff. It's like, it's just presented as like, I prep, I talk, and then I'm done. So I'm happy to do more streams and stuff. And I want to if I can't keep up my video schedule. So let me know in the comments of the replay of this if that is of interest to you. Thank you all again so much for tuning in. I'm Elvira. I'm a plus size tall and swole Lolita, and I have to do my outro. And yeah, it was really great to spend some of my Saturday with you. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you in the next thing. Bye. Take care.